Colin, it's wonderful to have you here with us at Chaos this morning. For people that aren't aware or might need a bit of a refresh, would you mind just introducing yourself, your role, and looking back on the first 6 months in the position?
Tom, it's an honour to be invited to Chaos Radio. I am Colin Hamilton. I'm the Mayor of St Austell. I've been very fortunate to undertake that role for the past 5 months. It has been immensely enjoyable. And my contact with the local people of St Austell has shown me just how welcoming and friendly they are. We've been very fortunate to undertake a lot of very enjoyable events that has been in the public's eye, and I have absolutely admiration for the manner in which the people have responded.
Wonderful. Let's pick on 3 of those incredibly positive events that you've been involved in. And first of all, can we talk about the new banner that's in a very prominent area in the middle of St Austell
Most
Town
certainly.
Centre?
In 2022, there was a master regeneration plan generated for St Austell, and out of that flowed several projects. The project that we've just completed in the last few months has been the erection of a new banner around the Poundland building on 2 sides, and it is absolutely fantastic. There are a tremendous number of locally generated photographs presented by Paul Williams, our local photographer, and the pictures that have been selected were provided by him but chosen by the public. We held an event in White River Place for individuals to come along and actually choose the pictures they wanted to display, and they have now on the Poundland building, and they show what a wonderful area St Austell is in, and very, very pleased with the way that whole project has gone.
Let's move to the other side of the town centre now, and a wonderful new piazza area opposite the Market House by the church there in the War Memorial.
Yes, it's in the vicinity of the Holy Trinity Church. It's an absolutely wonderful old church dating back to about 1250. It is in what we call the quarter of the town, which is the historic centre, and it is a lovely part of the town. The area by the side of the church needed some improvement. Our standard bearers on Remembrance regularly had to stand in resting water on the ground, and it was also not an area that lent itself to any public use. So working with the church, we came up with a scheme for re-landscaping that area outside of the church, and that project is within days of completing. It's been a long project. It's taken quite a lot longer than we would have liked it to, and we would love it to be finished for this Remembrance Sunday. However, the weather's been a little bit against us. The only real work that needs to be completed is the laying of bound gravel, but it needs dry conditions to lay that in. So we are keeping our fingers crossed that we get a break in the weather that will enable us to finish that job and use that site on Remembrance Sunday.
That's 2 remarkable little pieces of improvement that have been made in the town, which are going to look fantastic, especially when the piazza's done as well. But a little bit outside of the town centre, there's a new pump track, something for young people in the area to get rather excited about.
Yes, that was a project that only started this year with the funding that became available from Cornwall Council, and we took advice from local people as to what facilities we needed for young people, and the pump track came out top of the list. We have the Meadows, which is very adjacent to Bishop Bronscombe School, and we held an event at Bishop Bronscombe School basically to take public opinion as to what they thought of having a pump track, and it was absolutely overwhelming support. Everybody was fully in favour of it, and I'm pleased to say that the work started last month. In fact, having visited the site yesterday, I'm pleased to say it looks as if the tarmac will be laid down today and tomorrow. And at that stage, it will be a case of finishing off the landscaping. So I'm hoping, literally within the next 2 weeks, we will have a very, very useful pump track. It will appear to a far wider community, but we have some really specialists. There's a young lady who turned up at the event that we held to publicise it, who is in the British team. So it is going to be used most definitely.
Excellent. It would be remiss of us to just talk about the positives when actually there are a few more challenging topics in the town as well. And I just wanted to touch base with you on improvements and challenges regarding antisocial behaviour in and around St Austell Town Centre.
Most certainly, antisocial behaviour remains right at the top list of the priorities for the Town Council. We are very, very fortunate for the last 4 years to have had wardens in the town itself, jointly funded by the business improvement team, by the Town Council, and by funding from the Police and Crime Commissioner. Roughly equal sums from each, which has enabled wardens to be provided through the greater part of each day. And they have brought about a tremendous improvement in terms of the safety within the town. Firstly, they're there to deter. People will not undertake undesirable exercises while the wardens are around. Equally, if things do start to get out of hand, they are there to deal with it. They're there also to perform a whole raft of other functions. They can track people who are known to be troublemakers, particularly shoplifters, and they can take appropriate action. Similarly, if people have medical episodes or they just need to know where to go, they are there as the guardian angels for the people in the town. And the proof is a little bit in the pudding. We have had a briefing from the local police who have actually said St Austell is not a problem area. Now that's wonderful to hear from the appropriate specialists, because so many people regard the town as in a negative way. But that in itself meant a great deal to us, and but we're going to keep it up. That, as well as the closed circuit TV system that we have around the town, that is also being expanded further still, and that enables incidents to be tracked in real time and for the appropriate services to be guided in exactly the right place where they need to be. So antisocial behaviour, it's not off the list, but it's certainly a lot better than it was several years ago. I can rest assured this is not the end of the game. We have plenty of plans and projects to improve the town. There's some recent funding that has come to us where we are able to do basically changes to the fabric of the town, but on a small scale. But equally, up our sleeve, we have a long list of much more significant projects that can be delivered once funding eventually becomes available. And when that happens, watch this space, it's going to happen.